Future Star Barbershop. Log in and log out.
Yes, boss. Welcome to Future Star Barbershop. Alright, and this is one of my good clients, my good customer from back in the days. Just state your name for everybody.
It's Gio, aka Synchronize, Gigaboy, Fresh Boy Crabs Production, my own music crew. You know what I mean?
Nice. Yeah, man. So this man's into his music. He's into motivational stuff and also giving awareness to diabetes, right?
Yeah.
You know, this boy into a lot of things, you know.
Diverse, you get me?
Yeah, man, very diverse. Now, one of the things I want us to talk about today was about, a lot of people complaining about work in St Lucia, not getting jobs in St Lucia. And, you know, they always blaming the government about not getting enough jobs for the young generation, right? But you're a young person who recently traveled and you were able to find a job overseas, right?
Yeah.
Now, would you say that indeed that it's really difficult to get a job in St Lucia? That's the reason why you had to leave St Lucia to look for work outside of St Lucia?
No, it's not. You just have to branch out. It's the mindset, the state of mind on what you want to do in life. Yeah, because I started as an entrepreneur here, doing my own fruit business and all of that, freelancing, designing for people, mentoring for music and all of that while I work in doing tours and everything else. So like, I always in and out in different stuff. So it's the state of mind on what you want to do and how you see yourself.
So you're saying that the statement a lot of people saying that there's no work in St Lucia?
That's an excuse.
It's an excuse.
It is a bad excuse.
Okay.
It's plagued the whole land right now.
But a lot of people have been saying that, you know, even politicians say that.
Yeah.
A lot of politicians say there's no work, the government needs to do more.
The government says that, but yet still they get all the multi-million-dollar fundings. So what do they do with it? Where are they allocating the money to? What? Roads that's not even fixed, it's patched.
Jamie in the back, you want to say something?
That's exactly why it's difficult to get a job, because they're not using the money in ways that other people could
You get me?
earn money from it.
Come closer, man. Come and eat.
No, I can't come and eat that.
Yeah,
man.
You understand?
So,
like, it is actually harder to get a job because when you go and look for a job as a teenager, you just leave school. They'll ask you for experience. At that age, like, where have I worked? I just left school. Where do I get the experience? You understand? So it is actually, it's difficult.
So you say it's difficult to get?
Yes, it is. And the older people don't want to retire. So they don't make it space for the younger generation because they want to keep holding on to their job because they didn't budget properly in the younger days. So now they have to keep their job to make a living. So it makes it difficult for the younger generation to take the place.
To get a job. He's saying that it is difficult to get a job in St. Lucia because of a lot of older people don't want to give up their position for the younger generation to take over. So how do you come to?
Yeah, I do agree on what he's saying, but however, you can't blame the older people. You get me? From time they're growing up and all of that, they hardship. They had to go through the hardship, no matter whatever they had to go through that. You get me? Excuse or not, they had to work, pick up water, carry, go under the fields and all of that kind of thing. You get me?
Yeah.
So where they at right now and they're making that little money, you think they expect to retire? Even if they're retiring, they'll still look for a job somewhere else, security or wherever. The youth right now, they want everything fast. A lot of them right now is fast paced. If they can't get it now, they don't want it. You get me? They put work, you give them to get work and all of that because we used to do voluntary for different organizations and all of that. We have the Caribbean Sea Alliance for environmental protection, teaching people about water testing. You get paid for that kind of stuff.
Okay.
They don't want to do it. The minute they do 2-3 hours, that's it. They don't want to get involved into it. It's too much work for them. You get me? It's not easy money.
So you hear, Jamie? Young generation is lazy, they're complaining, not that they don't want to work.
Yes, the young generation are lazy, but what about those who's willing to stand out and make the difference?
I honestly don't believe it. I don't believe it either. I don't believe that it's hard to get work. I agree with him. You understand? I actually think it's the mindset.
Yeah.
You understand? I think people are choosing the type of jobs they want to do. You understand? And some people, like you said, they're lazy, they don't want to work hard. If they find that the salary is not good enough, they're not willing to go through it and be patient or try to elevate themselves until a better job can come. They look for excuses.
You wanna know a funny thing, right? Let's say you work in security. within 2-3 years working security, you have not burnt yourself out of all that money you've been making from security to do something else, or allocate something for
Is
yourself.
the money enough to bring yourself out?
Whether the money enough or not, yeah. If you have that state of mind and you plan, you have a life plan, a short term, a long term, and all of that stuff, you're not planning nothing. So how you gonna go forward if you're not planning your life? You get me? You want house. You want house. Listen.
You have it?
No. It's so corrupt and plagued. You want house, you want everything, but you don't want to invest into that. You go and get a car. Boom. You get full 100% for car. Anywhere you go and look for a loan for car, you're gonna get that. You get me?
True.
But
he's right, Jamie. I know fellas who do security and they elevate themselves from security,
Yeah.
They work it for a couple of years and they elevate themselves, they obtain something else, they invest money. You understand? They put time. So it's about the mindset for true.
Exactly. You're not planning your life. You have no life plan, no short-term life plan, no long-term life plan, nothing. But then what's it? You want woman, boom, she get pregnant, all of the different kind of dramas you put yourself into.
Exactly. So the older people, the priorities.
No, you can't put it on the older
Not
people.
older people, we're talking about the younger generation.
The older people has done the job already.
We human beings grow based on what we see, right?
Yeah.
You understand? So we adapt to the old people. We adapt to the old that we know. So we grew up in that manner where we don't set our priorities right. So it's not our fault. We can blame them.
So you're blaming the older people for the younger generation?
Yes, and parents, because they're not teaching the children the right things.
That's not true.
They're not teaching the children the right things.
But the young generation claim
They're not teaching us to invest. They're teaching us to go and save. Save for what?
That's not true. That is not true. Nah, man, that's not true. Kids don't want to listen to their parents. You get me? The minute I say, hey, you know what you're doing there is wrong. Yeah, the way you're spending all this buying snacks. I already catering for you to go school with food and providing everything. The only thing you need to have is lunch money if you want to. Get money from food from the school, or you have money to buy lunch. They don't want none of that stuff. You get me? When they have break and all of that stuff, they're embarrassed to show the kids what they're eating. They have sandwiches, bread, and all that juice and stuff like that. So now the money they have for lunch, they want to go and buy all juice and things that's on a higher expense. You get me? So you can't be blaming parents, man. You get me? Parents is doing their part. It's your turn to do your part, but you're selfish. You get me? It's never enough what the parents do for us. You get me?
Yeah.
I want to listen to what my mom be talking to me about, or my dad telling me it's a nagging thing. I'm a big man. You're a little youth, but your mindset is big man thing. I want to go fast. You get me?
Yeah.
Now you want Jordans, you want Clarks, you want all of that thing, but you're not even putting the education in. You're not making an effort for none of that thing, but you want everything. And your parents love you. They're gonna buzz there and do triple free jobs, all kind of things to make sure they do an income. You're not paying bills, you're paying loans, you're not paying mortgages, you're not paying rental, you're not doing none of that service, you're not doing none of that stuff, you get me? But you want. They're doing their best for you. But it's never enough for them. It's never enough.
Yeah, boy. So basically, the young Bob in the box saying that, it's the old generation make it hard for the youngsters to get work because of the mindset. He's saying that the older generation already plays a bad mindset for the young generation to follow. You understand? But we live in a time where the young generation have access to every information. You understand? They have internet, they have social media. Back in the days, the older generation had to get a book, go and read.
You know how many hours they had to push in to make $10?
Yeah.
Alright, all of that kind of stuff.
So what would you say to the young people now today to get a job?
Create a life plan. You get me? Set a plan for yourself, my youth. You get me? You can't just sit down and wait for things to come to you. Wait for the government. Government don't care about you. Because you put the government in. Why can't you put them out when you see they're doing shit?
True.
Can't, because what? Fear and all of that thing. People gonna look down on you. You're afraid to speak up for yourself and all of that stuff. Nah, man. You get up. Life plan. What you want to do? How much you want to try and invest? The work you're putting in right now, then evaluate the amount of wages you're getting in, the amount of spendings on what you like to do. You like to party, the amount of money you're putting into parties. You like to drink alcohol, the amount of money you're putting in. You smoke, you're a smoker. What's it? You're a smoker. The amount of money you're investing every day to smoke. And all that stuff. Most of that money can be saved on something else, you check it? And come with something, invest in something. Trust me, you're gonna be prospering, man. You get me? Man, at the time right now, the Caribbean countries have more independent and more entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs than all. We working hand to mouth in different works, man. That don't make no sense. Freelancing, how much money freelancing making now? Come, I saw it's a joke, bro. I do freelancing and all my different things. I have my own clothing line and everything else, my music production and everything else. I'm an online broadcaster as well. You get me? So and I'm not stopping. I'm still studying. I do not, bro. I can't stop. There's no way I can stop, my guy.
So what about traveling now? Would you encourage
Yeah.
young
They
Lucians to
need
travel, to look
they
for
need
work?
that adventure. They need that adventure. They need to venture out there and see, get their mind more open. It's not just what you see on the television or what you hear from somebody's mouth. Go out there and see for yourself. There's more out.
But you know a lot of people are afraid to travel. You know a lot of people are afraid to obtain a passport.
They will have to overcome that fear. If they can jump on trucks and carnival and bacchanal and all kinds of things and go and swim and prove a point to something, take a flight. Go out there, man. Go and see what's out there. Get me? Go outside, man. Don't stay domestic travel, domestic mileage around the island and all that shit. Nah, man. Go out there and see what's going on. There's more opportunities, trust me. There's more. If you don't want to do that, go online, start researching. Every day is a TikTok and all that. You know how famous you can be on TikTok.
Yeah. So you're saying the young generation have no excuse to find work?
Bro.
No
There's
excuse
too
to
much
find
for
work.
them out there right now.
Stop
than
blaming the
back
government.
Back then we didn't have none of that, bro.
Yeah.
Then you talk all of that right now there. Nah, man, that making no sense. What's this little guy from Italy? Yeah, he's one of the toppest on TikTok right now. All he come on the freaking camera and do pinpoint things and not say a word.
Yeah,
Multi-million.
true.
Boom.
That's the hand signal, the hand
I
gesture.
don't know, man. I don't know. I can't say anything more for the youth, them. All I know, my kids, bro, right now, they're progressive mindsets. You check it?
Yeah.
And yeah, man, want them to surpass me and do way better and greater than me, bro. And everywhere I can guide them through. I can't make them mind at the end of the day, but guidance through everything else, bro. That's the most key and love, bro. Check it and support, man. That's it. Check it.
All right.
Yeah, man.
All right, youngsters, I hope y'all heard the message. Tell me what y'all think about this topic. Is it hard to find work in St. Lucia? Or is it just the mindset? Or do you think you need to travel? Or is it the government fault? Tell me what you think. Let me know in the comment section. This is Barbershop Talk. I sell you. We out.